Hello, everybody. John here. Welcome to the monthly recap for October of 2020 for the channel. So this month we had a lot more uploads and a lot more diversity when it came to the videos that have been published. So we have three main series and just the start of one at the tail end of the month, which is yesterday. So starting off the month, we had Star Wars Squadrons, which came out on the 2nd of the month. So we were able to go through that story. That was an interesting time and a game that I haven't spent a lot of time playing afterwards, just because how I feel about it. It wasn't the best thing to come out of a Star Wars video game, but it was definitely an interesting time where we switched between Vanguard Squadron and Titan Squadron post Episode 6, flying around and doing a nice little story in between Episode 6 and then Episode 7. So that was a fun time. And that's a few parts, and as I always do, the playlists for the series will always be down in the description below, so you can check those out. Next up, we had so this was a spooky month, but we didn't really do a lot of horror things. There was I guess horror elements because we played next Call of Duty World at War, and this was to start our road to Call of Duty Cold War, which comes out now this month, November. So we wanted to cover the first two games of that story. A lot of people jumped to the Black Ops, but it actually starts in World at War. So we did World at War, and I guess you could say we saw the horrors of World War II combat. So there was that, and then at the end we played a little bit of zombies, or went over the details of all that. But yeah, so we did World at War, which we swap between the Red Army attacking the Germans. And then in the South Pacific, we had the Americans against the Japanese. So, yeah. So we had World at War, and then after that, we jumped into Black Ops, the original one, and the story of Alex Mason during JFK's presidency with the communists and having to figure out what the number sequence is and all that kind of stuff. So we did all that things, and now we're all set for Cold War coming out the 13th. It's either the 13th or the 12th, but it's either the 13th. Yeah, it's the 13th or the 12th, and then it's either the 13th or the 12th. It's the one day or the other for the next Spider-Man game. So I think Spider-Man maybe comes out on the 12th, and then Cold War the 13th. So we'll be doing both of those two when they come out. Lastly, the last thing we did this month, it finally came out on the last day of the month, or it came out on the 30th. We played Dark Pictures anthology Little Hope. We started that, so the first part came out yesterday. Uploading the second part right now because we're recording some bits in between. As we did with Man of Medan, there's a curator's cut, second playthrough, but for some reason I didn't get the curator's cut, so we just played through it a second time. It was me and Marissa, who's filming me right now, and she was pretty scared, but yeah, so it was me and Marissa that played a second playthrough. Things did happen differently, so you'll have to check that out when those are uploaded. But right now, we're just doing my initial playthrough of Little Hope. Second part's coming out today at some point. I don't have them scheduled yet. I'm just kind of uploading it right now, so when it's done, it'll be out. And then we have the second playthrough, and so far that's all that we've done so far. So unfortunately, the actual horror game came out at the last part of the month. I get it that it came out around Halloween, but I feel like it was a very missed opportunity to come out all the way at the end of the month, because as it comes to holidays, once it's over, it's over. Not a lot of people are celebrating Halloween right after it happens. We're just kind of shifting into, I guess, Christmas, because fuck Thanksgiving. So yeah, we're at 85 subscribers now, so that's awesome. And we've done those three point one series this month. So we did Squadrons, World at War, Black Ops, and then ending it with the beginning of Little Hope. And then next month we're going to be doing some other stuff with we're going to be finishing up Little Hope with my single player playthrough, and then we're going to go through it again with movie night with Marissa, where we switch off back and forth between the characters. And yes, some different stuff does happen, so you'll have to check that out to see what happens in that. And yeah, so this was the recap for October. So thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you want, and like, and all that kind of stuff. But I will see you in the next video, whatever that may be. So, see you then.